Every man has asked himself this question in silence, in the dead of night. Does she really love me, or am I just wasting my time? It's the doubt that eats away at your confidence. The thought that forces you to constantly second-guess yourself. You ignore it, you try to outperform it, but that doubt stays. And here is the harsh reality. If you don't know the signs, you'll never have the answer. Women don't always speak their heart in clear, direct sentences. But they always reveal it in what they do, in their actions, and in their investment. That is why today, we're cutting through the emotional noise. I'm going to give you the 12 definitive truths, the behavioral metrics, that women only execute for the men they truly value and intend to keep. By the end of this video, you will know with stoic clarity if her love is anchored in reality, or if you've been fooling yourself with a fantasy. We're not seeking reassurance, we're seeking truth. You're here because deep down, you already sense the gap. Maybe she loves you, maybe she doesn't, but the anxiety stops now. You are not alone. Men everywhere struggle with this fundamental question of commitment and value. So, before we dive into the female psychology behind these actions, I need your commitment. Subscribe to this channel, hit the like button, and drop a quick comment below. Right, yes or no. Have you ever felt truly unsure about her feelings? The choice is simple. You can continue living in doubt, or you can face the objective truth. What's coming next will either confirm your deepest fears or give you the unshakable clarity you need to move forward with strength. It's time to find out if you're her choice or just a placeholder. Let's begin. We are done with doubt. The first 4 signs reveal the essential truth, the initial investment. This phase shows you how a woman uses her social capital and her vulnerability to signal her serious intent. Let's start with the non-negotiable proof of commitment. 1. The public declaration she introduces you to her world. The first non-negotiable step a woman takes when her love is real is integrating you into her life. When a woman truly loves a man, she doesn't hide him in the shadows. She wants the people who matter most. Her friends, her family, her inner circle. To know exactly who you are. Think about the psychological weight of this act. If she's keeping you away from her family, if she avoids posting you on social occasions, if she never mentions your name in conversations with her closest circle, what does that really mean? It means she hasn't chosen you with pride. Love has no need for secrecy. The female psychology here, this introduction is a public act of social commitment. She is essentially spending her social capital on you. By presenting you to her core support system, she is telling her world he is safe, he belongs. And he is a factor in my future. A woman who hides you is doing so because she needs the freedom to maneuver, or because she lacks conviction. When she proudly says, "This is my man," she's making a definitive statement about ownership and intent. She's saying, "You're not temporary. You're part of my life, and I want my life to blend with yours." If she keeps you hidden, you are not the main character in her story. You are just a placeholder. And a man of value refuses to be a placeholder. 2. The long-haul loyalty. She invests time and stays through the storms. Every man needs to understand this time is the ultimate test of love. Anyone can play sweet for a few weeks. Even a few months, that's easy. But when challenges show up, when the excitement fades and real life begins, that's when you see who is truly invested. A woman who truly loves you doesn't vanish when things get inconvenient. She doesn't disappear the moment you stop entertaining her, when you are sick, or when life throws genuine struggles at you. Instead, she stays. She shows up when you're broke, when you're doubting yourself, when you're facing a setback in your career. That's the kind of loyalty that can't be faked. The female psychology here, women who are only in it for fun or convenience will cut ties once the cost outweighs the benefit. They measure the relationship by what they can extract from you. But the woman who genuinely loves you measures it by what you can build together. The long haul is messy and unpredictable. It requires sacrifice. When a woman endures all of that with you without flinching, it's because her love is anchored in true choice. She hasn't just chosen to be with you, she has chosen to build with you. That commitment is priceless. A woman who stays through the storms is not just with you. She has chosen you. And in love, that distinction means everything. 3. The surrender of vulnerability. She confides in you deeply. Pay close attention to this sign, because it's one of the clearest indicators of real love and emotional safety. When a woman opens up her world to you, she isn't just talking, she's surrendering a part of herself that she doesn't show to anyone else. A woman in love doesn't just tell you about her lunch. She reveals her deepest fears, her childhood scars, her dreams, and the insecurities she hides from the rest of the world. That level of honesty isn't casual, it's sacred. And if she chooses to share it with you, it means she sees you as more than a boyfriend. She sees you as a partner she can trust with her soul. The female psychology here for a woman, vulnerability is a risk assessment. If she doesn't love you, she won't risk being exposed. She'll keep conversations shallow, deflect when things get serious, and never let you close enough to see the truth. Trust is expensive. And a woman only spends it on the man she believes will protect her heart. When she gives you her deepest truths, you're not just in her life, you're inside her heart. How you respond to her honesty determines whether she feels safe to keep building with you. You must prove you are the man who can hold that sacred space. 4. Prioritizing your presence. Her schedule reflects your value. A woman's schedule is the clearest reflection of her values. No matter how busy she is, no matter how many people demand her attention, a woman in love finds a way to make time for the man who matters most. This doesn't mean she abandons her friends. Balance is healthy. But notice the pattern. If you consistently come second to her social life, if you always have to fight for a place in her calendar, then understand this. She hasn't placed you at the center of her priorities. A woman who loves you will choose a quiet night with you instead of chasing constant, fleeting excitement with others. Not because she's forced to, but because being with you brings her more fulfillment than being anywhere else. The female psychology here. Time allocation is the ultimate metric of a woman's emotional ROIs, return on investment. If she constantly prioritizes distractions, it means she is still seeking emotional validation externally, rather than finding her anchor in the connection with you. When she values your presence above everything else, she's showing you where her heart truly belongs. Time is the most expensive gift she can give you. When she offers it freely, without hesitation, that's love in action. If you've been nodding along because you're seeing these 4 pillars crumbling in your relationship, you need to stop making excuses. These truths are not meant to hurt you. They are meant to arm you. If this analysis of the initial female psychology has given you that moment of clarity, you have an obligation to yourself. Hit the like button now. Send a clear signal to the algorithm that you want more hard truths, not emotional fluff. The next phase, where we analyze commitment and comfort, is even more critical. Keep watching. You know her surface investment. But now we move deeper into phase 2, security and eliminating competition. These next 4 signs assess the safety she feels with you, and her absolute commitment to exclusivity. This is where most casual relationships stall. Watch closely. 5. Dropping the performance. She is comfortable not being perfect. Think about the start of any relationship. Everyone is on. Perfect makeup, polished words, flawless behavior. It's all part of the performance to impress and secure a spot. Love, however, strips away the performance. When a woman truly loves you, she no longer feels the exhausting need to pretend. She lets you see her without the mask. She's not afraid for you to catch her on a bad day, in sweatpants, or with messy hair. She doesn't panic if she reveals quirks or insecurities that she hides from the rest of the world. She breathes easier because she knows she doesn't have to earn your acceptance. It's already there. The female psychology here. If she's always on, if she never shows you her raw side, then she doesn't feel safe enough to be herself with you. That means her heart hasn't fully chosen you. She's still operating in a state of evaluation. Perfection is exhausting, and no one can sustain it forever. When she loves you, she trusts you with the unpolished version of herself. She trusts that you'll still see her beauty beyond the presentation. When a woman drops her guard, It isn't carelessness. It's intimacy. She's showing you her reality, not her resume. 6. Eliminating competition. She stops entertaining other men. This is a line every man needs to pay attention to. Before she chose you, she may have had plenty of options, men calling, texting, vying for her attention. But when a woman falls in love and truly commits, those other voices fade into the background. She no longer needs the external validation, the fleeting attention, or the thrill of knowing other men want her. Why? Because in her mind she has already found the one who matters. If she's still flirting, still keeping backup plans, still leaving the door open for other men to walk in, then hear me clearly, you are not her priority. You're just one of many options she's juggling. A woman in love doesn't juggle candidates, she commits. The female psychology here: when she stops entertaining other men, it's not just about exclusivity, it's about respect and her internal emotional calculus. She has decided that the risk of losing you is greater than the perceived benefit of fleeting external validation. She makes it clear to the world and to herself that her energy belongs to one man, you. That shift, that internal declaration of loyalty, is the most powerful sign of all. If you don't see that fundamental shift, you need to ask yourself if she's truly chosen you at all. 7. Future pacing with Weth. She sees you in her tomorrow. A woman in love doesn't just think about the present moment. She intentionally envisions tomorrow, next year, and a decade from now, and you're standing right there beside her. Pay close attention to her language. Does she include you in her plans, or are you always absent from the picture? When she loves you, she naturally imagines life with you in it. She'll talk about the kind of home she wants, the trips she dreams of taking together, even the family she hopes to build. She doesn't speak in terms of me. She speaks in terms of woo. The female psychology here. This is what we call investment in permanence. Women do not waste their imaginative energy on men they don't value. They don't invest their deepest fantasies in someone they view as temporary. If she's painting a future with you, it's because she's already decided to build her life around you. This isn't casual talk. It's her heart projecting commitment and intentionality. If every conversation about the future excludes you, that's not an accident. It's a warning. 8. Weaving you into her day, she shares every detail. When a woman truly loves you, you become the first person she thinks about. Whether something good happens, something bad, or even something completely trivial, you're the one she wants to celebrate with, the one she wants to cry to, and the one she wants to tell every random story to. This is not about oversharing for the sake of talking. It's about intimacy and the bonding instinct. Her impulse is to weave you into the very fabric of her daily life. Every detail she shares is her way of saying, I want you to be part of my world, even the boring parts. She values your perspective, your reaction, and your presence in the smallest corners of her existence. The female psychology here. If she keeps you out of her daily narrative, she hasn't let you all the way in. If you only get fragments, if she hides important parts of her day or her struggles, then you're not the man she trusts with her whole self. Love makes her want to connect with you from sunrise to midnight. When you become her first call, her last message, and the constant thread running through her day, that's her heart choosing you again and again. If you've analyzed these 4 metrics, her comfort, her commitment, her future talk, and her daily sharing, and the results are unclear, you need to take control of the narrative. Don't let uncertainty be your normal state. If you need more structure and discipline to manage the emotional fallout of a relationship that might be failing, make sure you are subscribed. We provide the tools to ensure you never accept less than what you deserve. Protect your focus and continue watching. The final phase involves the most complex aspects of loyalty and acceptance. We've analyzed her comfort and her future talk. But now, we enter phase 3: acceptance, partnership, and the ultimate test of character. These final 4 signs measure her maturity, her patience, and her willingness to build a life with the real you. Don't miss these. This is the clarity you need. 9. Seeing past imperfection. She looks beyond your flaws. Every man has weaknesses, bad habits, and insecurities. We all carry them. The question is not whether you're perfect, but whether she's willing to stay even after seeing the unpolished reality. When a woman truly loves you, she doesn't pretend your flaws don't exist. She sees them clearly, but she chooses to look beyond them. She doesn't excuse destructive behavior. A truly loving woman holds you accountable, but she has the patience to work through the rough edges with you. She believes in the man you are becoming, not just the man you are today. The female psychology here, this is investment in potential. Her patience is not weakness. It is a sign of deep commitment to your shared future. She is willing to invest her energy because she believes you are capable of growth and self-improvement. If she doesn't love you, your flaws will be her exit door. The moment things get inconvenient, she'll use your shortcomings as an excuse to walk away. Love leans in. Love stays when it's easier to leave. Her patience with your flaws, when paired with your genuine effort to improve, is a declaration. I know you're not perfect, but I still choose the man you are working to be. 10. The details of attention. She remembers the little things. Love is not proven in grand, expensive gestures. It's revealed in the details. The subtle preferences, the small remarks, the hidden biographical facts that most people overlook. A woman who truly loves you pays intentional attention. She remembers the specific song you played on your worst day because it lifted your spirit. She remembers the exact way you take your coffee, the story behind your scar, or the minor date you achieved something important. These details may seem small to you, but to her, they are priceless. Why? Because they come from listening with intention. And listening is love in action. The female psychology here, a woman who doesn't love you won't store those details in her long-term memory. She might nod and smile, but she won't carry the information with her because you aren't prioritized in her psychological landscape. When she recalls the little things, she's sending a powerful message. I see you, I value you. I carry you with me. Never underestimate this. Love lives in the details. When she remembers them, it means you've carved out a permanent place in her heart and mind, and she actively chooses to honor that place. 11. The proud claim. She publicly calls you, my man. This sign is critical because it tests her courage and integrity. A woman who truly loves you doesn't hesitate to let the world know where she stands. She doesn't hide you behind vague labels like friend or someone I know. She claims you openly, without fear, without hesitation. That public acknowledgement matters more than most men realize. When she introduces you as her man, she's drawing a clear line. She's telling other men that her heart is spoken for, and she's signaling to her social circle that you are more than temporary. Love is not ashamed to be seen. The female psychology here. If she avoids putting a definitive name to what you are, if she keeps you in the shadows while presenting herself as available to the world, you're not her chosen one. You are her option, her safety net, her convenience. A man who ignores that reality is willingly trapped in a one-sided fantasy. A woman in love doesn't just feel it in private, she confirms it in public. When she says, "This is my man," she's declaring her loyalty. In a time where so many people fear commitment, a woman who proudly claims you is revealing just how deeply she's invested. 12. Prioritizing the partnership. She compromises for the relationship. Love is not about one person always getting their way. It's about meeting in the middle. A woman who truly loves you will not stubbornly cling to her pride or her small preferences at the expense of your bond. She's willing to bend, to adjust, and to sacrifice small comforts if it means building something stronger with you. This doesn't mean she abandons her core values. Real compromise never asks her to betray her integrity. But it does mean she's willing to shift her schedule, reconsider her habits, or even confront her own rigidity. All because she believes the relationship is worth it. The female psychology here, this is partnership over ego. A woman who loves you enough to compromise shows that her desire for a healthy union outweighs her desire to always be right or always get her way. If she refuses to compromise on anything, you're not building a partnership, you're stuck in a power struggle. And power struggles don't nurture love, they destroy it. When she chooses to compromise, she's saying, I care enough about us to change, to grow, and to put our future above my pride. That is the final, undeniable sign of commitment. A woman who compromises for you has proven one thing beyond doubt. She's in love with the reality of building with you. You've now walked through all 12 undeniable signs that reveal the true female psychology behind commitment. The framework is complete. But knowing the truth is useless if you don't act on it. If you have recognized the signs of genuine loyalty in your relationship, you have a duty to honor it. If you have recognized the opposite, the signs of a placeholder, you have a duty to yourself to walk away with dignity. Share this video with another man who needs to see the objective truth about his relationship. And leave a comment telling me which of these 12 signs hit you the hardest. The power belongs to the man who sees clearly and acts with strength. You've just walked through the 12 undeniable signs that reveal whether a woman truly loves you. These are not abstract theories. They are behavioral truths, actions rooted deep in female psychology that speak louder than any words. If you've been honest with yourself, you already know where your situation stands. Here is the truth you must internalize: love is not hidden. It doesn't make excuses. It doesn't keep you waiting in confusion. And it doesn't leave you second, guessing your worth. If she demonstrates these signs, you have your answer. She's invested, she's chosen you, and she's showing it every single day. But if you notice the opposite, if she hides you, avoids vulnerability, or refuses to compromise, you need to face the truth: you are not her priority. This is your wake-up call. Don't chase illusions. Don't settle for being a placeholder in someone else's life. You deserve more than that. And if you've been blessed with a woman who demonstrates most of these signs, then honor that by being the man who matches her loyalty and commitment. Now, here's what I want you to do. Take a hard look at your relationship through the lens of these 12 truths. If you see her in them, hold her close. If you don't, it's time to choose yourself. Don't just walk away and forget this. Subscribe right now, because every video here is another weapon for your mind. Tools to help you take back control. Hit the like button if this gave you clarity. Share this with another man who needs the truth. Protect your heart, and never again settle for less than you deserve. The power in love belongs to the man who sees clearly and acts with strength.